Alrighty then, back again. Episode 14 of Are You Serious podcast. And we got a new guest, my boy Justin. He flew all the way from Miami.
Hey,
What up, Justin?
what's going on, brother?
Shit, I'm glad to have you, man. You feeling good today?
Feeling great, man. Can't complain,
You didn't stay up too late at the strip?
Man, it was rough.
Yeah.
It was the after party that got me.
After party, yeah. But you ain't been drinking that much, right? You just
No,
chilling?
man. Honestly, I haven't. It's the older we get, man, you gotta watch out on the drinking and stuff. So I'll go hard that night, but I knew I had to do this today, so here we are.
So you're just on a little bit of sleep though?
A little bit of sleep.
That's
I'm
good.
here.
That's
Sharp
good.
mind,
Yeah. So I was thinking of some things like, man, my boy Justin here, like it's pretty crazy. This kid's like one of the best Madden players out there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, man, I've been playing Madden probably since I was 10. So the whole time through Madden, I've played it, but I didn't really start taking it serious until like 2020, and it's not something that I practice or put a lot of time into or whatever. I just turn it on and I play it, and ended up being one of the best in the world. Before you know it, you're ranked in the top 15, top 10. If I put more time into it, obviously I could get higher, but
Yeah.
it's all a time sink. So it's nice. You get on Twitch and you can monetize it, put it together, and here we are.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You get a lot of people that like rage quit and stuff when you score on them.
Oh yeah, for sure. You get called all names, everything in the book. You
Cheater.
know what I mean? Oh, cheater. Oh, he's hacking.
Yeah.
I've even had my computer shut down where anti-cheat hit me one time because I guess on PC, because you can't hack console.
Yeah.
So you can hack PC. So it shut me down one time. It said the EA anti-cheat, suspected,
For sure.
turn your game off and turn it back on. So,
Yeah.
It's, it's good. It's a good thing. When people think you're cheating,
That means
you're
you're
doing
good.
something right.
That means
Yeah,
you're good.
exactly.
So you played the new college football game? What do you think about
Yeah,
it?
I'm actually streaming that now. I give the college football game probably a 6. It's a little arcade-ish. There's some things in real football that, Madden wouldn't allow, but college football allows. So when you get on there and you put it all together, I liked it at first. I guess they patched it yesterday. I wasn't here, and the game's having a lot of problems right now, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Madden comes out on Monday, so that's what I'm excited for. Yeah, for sure.
What Madden is it?
25.
Yeah, Madden 25. Okay.
Madden 25, man. I remember the Madden 94, I think was the first one where you could go for 2 and like they started putting their names on their backs and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You remember that game Blitz?
Oh,
where
yeah.
you just like body slam?
Blitz was where it was at. Yeah, man. Blitz
I remember
was a
playing
good time.
that was fun for sure. For
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, Blitz is definitely where it was at.
Is that it? Is that all? Is that like the only games you really play for like that you're good at is Madden?
I
Football
mean,
shit?
I'm on COD now. I play COD some, but I only play that with people I know. If somebody hits me up and they're like, "Hey, you want to jump on and
Yeah.
run some Warzone?" I'll do that. But otherwise, no, it's just Madden.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like I was telling you, I don't really let people know I'm a gamer like that. It's not something that I bring up and be like, "Hey, I'm one of the best in the world at Madden." You
Yeah.
know, just my close friends know about it. My Twitch world knows about it, but like it's not something that I really put out there like that.
I think it's cool as shit, to be honest. I mean, not many people can do that. I mean, when I go on Madden, to be honest with you, like I'll just pick any random play and I'll just get like smoked the majority of the time because I don't know what play to pick. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's kind of like a skill set. You got to know what you're doing.
Well, I mean, I played football my whole life, so
That
once you sit down and you can read coverages and you know what someone's doing and pretty much the weakness, because in football something's always open.
Right.
Do you see it quick enough to get it there before the pressure gets to you? And same thing on defense. Can you cover that hole
Yeah.
that's in your defense? You know what I mean? It's just
So I wonder if like an Andy Reid or somebody played Madden, they would be probably pretty good at it then, huh?
well, kind of, because the thing is, it's like there's always cheese. Like there's always a way to cheat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's certain blitzes and certain coverages you can use where a lineman, like with the AI on the game, every time that person will come and they'll get through. In real life, if you run that play over and over again, obviously it's going to get bagged. But
Yeah.
on Madden, they can do it over and over and over and over again because the AI can pick up on it. So, I mean, yeah, Andy Reid, it's all about Tyreek Hill plays a lot. Tyreek Hill, Vontez Perfect. I don't know if you remember who he is, the real dirty linebacker, the one that knocked Antonio Brown out that we think gave him CTE.
From the Browns.
He played for Cincinnati. Yeah, the Bengals and the Raiders. So
Wow.
he's on there. Sauce Gardner, he plays Madden. It's a lot of people on there, man. Even Cam Newton's been playing
Wow.
Madden too.
That's cool. Imagine playing versus them.
I mean, I played Vontez.
Oh, yeah?
I
I was
played
gonna say,
Vontez.
who's the coolest person you played with?
I played Darius Slay, played Vontez Burfict. I play streamers like there's a lot of these guys, man. They got 2 or 3,000 people watching them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once you start making a name for yourself, they want to play you and see
Of
how
course,
good you are. So
yeah.
it's a lot of guys. Maze, Electro. There's guys that are like big time streamers, but they're good, but they're more of an entertainer than
Exactly.
They get in the real Madden streets. Like I play ranked games. They just play people who are sitting at home on their couch. Come play the game with me. We'll play each other. If I lose, I'll end your stream. But like if you get online, you know what I mean, and you play those guys that are on there 2, 3, 4,000 games in, it's levels. It's levels. Yeah.
Yeah.
You start playing player lounge games for money and stuff. There's guys on there.
Yeah.
Those tournaments are different, man. Yeah.
Tiny, you into this stuff? I mean, it sounds like you're into this stuff back there. You're asking all
It's
the
so
questions.
funny that he does this because I just came back from Boston with my boys and we've been playing Madden and college football for like 5 days straight.
And that's good.
So
man.
it's
That's
all
good,
been playing.
yeah.
Honestly, I think it's the hardest sports game, like to play. I play FIFA, I play MLB The Show, I play 2K. To me, Madden is the hardest and it takes the most skill to play.
Truth. That is truth.
I
You got to
think
think
so.
the fastest.
Exactly,
I think that's what
exactly.
it is. You got to be quick.
Super fast.
Couple seconds and everything goes downhill. So yeah,
It does,
it's like
but
crazy.
it's pretty cool that you do that. How many times do you think you stream a week?
It depends, man. Sometimes, because it's all about mental health. So if I'm starting to get irritated with the game, I'll take a week off, but sometimes I'll stream, every day during the week. So it just depends. Sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 10 hours, depending on the time I have, you know what I mean? So it's pretty much what it's about, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Why don't you bring us to your daily regimen about like when you do stream though? Like you said, mental health. Like, do you do some sort of like holistic process before you play to like get your mind right, or you just go right in and it don't matter?
Really what it is I think to myself, do I want to play today? Because
Yeah.
anything you do, you know what I'm saying, and regardless if it's work or anything, you have to get in the right mindset for it. Like, is this something I want to do today? But sometimes you're forced to do it. Anytime you start to do something as a job and you monetize it, it's whether you feel like doing it or not,
For
you're
sure.
going to fucking do it. You know what I mean? So I just ask myself, do I want to play today? Do I want to get locked in today? Because you have to be locked in because these guys, they get in there and they're in their sharpest mindset. Sometimes you're not feeling it. You know what I mean? You have good days, you have bad days. You just try to have more good days than bad. But I just tell myself pretty much like, today's the day? Yeah, today's the day. Let's do it. You got to hype yourself up. Of
course.
I'm the man. I'm the fucking man. I'm
Yeah.
going to do it today. Let's get it.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
I like that. I mean, being that you can just like play any day and stuff. So like your normal job, what's that about? Like, what do you do for normal work?
I mean, I invested in Bitcoin, man. It's funny. When COVID hit, I read an article, funny article, and it said, invest in Bitcoin now when it tanked to, I think, like $2,700 or something like that. And I already own like one by then, but I think they were like 7K.
Yeah.
And it said, buy them now because either they're going to tank or they're going to skyrocket. You know what I mean? And I just said, fuck it. We're sitting in the house. We don't got shit to do. Let me
Yeah.
buy some of these shits and see what happens. And that took off. And yeah, man, I just invest with some of my friends. John, and with John with the cabinet stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, just trying to be like you, man.
Yeah.
Investor. Entrepreneur, business owner. Yeah. The thing is what really does it for me is I want to have control of my time.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to wake up and answer to anyone and be like, hey, you have to wake up now. You got to wake up now. You have to do this. Get here now. Load this up. Do this. I can't do it. I'll lose my mind. It's like I could never go to jail. I can never have somebody telling me, hey, do this, do this, do this. No.
Yeah. It's like the American dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one wants to work a 9 to 5. It's weird though because in school you're kind of taught that, right? Like you're kind of taught you got to be there at a certain time. You got to do all these curriculums. You got to go to period 1, period 2, period 3 on by time, so that they kind of coach you into just working like a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? If you're not using your own mind and like the way of life, how life should be, then you possibly could be stuck in a 9 to 5, and majority of people are.
Well, it's like, worker ants. Same concept. They wake up, they do their 9 to 5, they go find food, they bring it back, and
Yeah.
that's it. That's the mentality they teach us. But if you can break that mold, you can,
Yeah.
the sky's the limit.
And
So,
that's huge. Yeah. And there's not many people in our group. I mean, we grew up together. I mean, you're a little bit older, but there's not many people in our group that like did that. A lot of people try to just do the 9 to 5, get home, party, whatever they can do, So it's good to break that mold. And, that's awesome. I'm glad you did that.
yeah, it's nice to be able to travel, man, move around and wake up. And it's nice to wake up. We were talking about it. Like, we don't have kids, we don't have that.
Yeah.
That pressure of having a kid, raising a kid, and then, it takes a lot of your time too. So you can't You know, I can't wake up and say, hey, I want to go to Vegas tomorrow. You know, when you have a kid, well, you could. I mean, depends on how well off you are. But
Yeah.
for the normal person working a 9 to 5, that's not going to happen.
No, exactly.
So how'd you guys meet?
Oh, man. So my little cousin Timmy Mays, bless his soul, I was childhood friends with Chad. And one day we were at my grandmother's house and we were hanging out. And Timmy said, hey, my friend, you know, Chad and Josh are going to come over. And I think it was what were you, 13, maybe 12 or 13 years old. And we didn't know it at the time. We'd be the closest of friends. But at that time, you know, he came over, we hung out, whatever. And then I saw Chad through the years. I would go see little Timmy and they would all be hanging out. My younger years when I had like my Cobra and stuff, you know, we were going fucking 170 miles an hour on the Howard Franklin Bridge being dum-dums.
Yeah. Fastest
And,
I ever went in a car, by the way.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Him and it was him, Josh, Timmy, man. We were rolling out on the Howard Franklin 3 o'clock in the morning, the good old days. And yeah, man. So and then it's crazy through Roger, you know, Roger, little Timmy's friends. It's really over my cousin, bless his soul. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But
Yeah.
like I was saying at his wake, I was saying that you know, he gave me brothers for life, and Chad and Josh and Roger. And we're as close as can be now. So it's crazy, man. You know, so we've been friends our whole adult life. We got crazy stories to tell, and
Yeah,
that's what it's
we've
about.
seen
man.
a lot, bro.
That's true. That is
hear 'em,
true.
let's hear
Yeah,
'em.
I've seen
Hey,
a
why
lot.
don't you tell us, like how you got the Cobra?
So, in my former life,
You got to just tell them.
yeah. So, I had this girlfriend, and you know, we were in tough times or whatever, and I had brought the idea to her of, you know, being an exotic dancer, and she ended up, you know, doing it, and it was really lucrative. And then what happened was her dad gave her like this Nissan truck. It was, I don't know, I think they gave us, what was it, $14K for it as a trade-in. We traded it in because I told her I wanted the Cobra, so she just pretty much gave it up, and bang, there I was, 20 years old with a 600 horsepower car, supercharged.
Yeah.
That was what, 2006? It was a 03 10th anniversary with the black and red seats, man. You know, you can't beat it.
Was she doing good? Like, was she making money there? And
Oh yeah, man. You know, 1,000 a day, easy. Sometimes 2, 3, 4,000 a day. And when you're 19, 20 years old and you start seeing that money, you know, and that was kind of another thing that said 9 to 5. Fuck that. If I can do this, you know,
Yeah.
this is what it is, and you know, just it is what it is. And when
I feel like that takes like a confident dude though. You to let their girl go out and do that stuff. I mean, personally, me, I would allow that, but I know there's dudes out there that are like,
yeah, there's zero chance. Yeah,
they
zero
wouldn't. They'd
chance,
be
yeah.
so nervous if their girls like, you know, what they're doing in the back room and stuff like that. Like, we know what goes on in the back room.
Oh yeah, facts. We definitely know what's going on in the back room. I mean, you definitely have to be alpha for sure. Like,
like
you have
that.
to be secure within yourself. You have to be alpha. You know,
Yeah.
no one's better than me, because the second that your insecurities start kicking in, oh, is she cheating on me? Is this happening? Is that happening? And then it, you know, causes turmoil in the relationship, and then
Yeah.
it all goes downhill from there. And so she might find someone else she likes, you know, because all those guys are in there telling her everything she wants to hear. I'm in love with you, you know. So does she listen to one or does she not? You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't want to go off the subject too much because I like where we're going, but I remember this time we were in the strip club. I'm not going to say which one, but you were like, bro, you're like, you got to realize half these girls are being run by guys.
Right.
It's not, they're not just their boyfriend. They like own them.
Oh, it's more than half.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely more than
Yeah.
half.
I think, yeah. Like, tell us about that. Like, how does that work? Like,
I mean, man, Cuba and the Colombian girls, man, they're taking over now. So that's pretty much what it's like now. It's like, you know, sex slave, you know, pretty much like human trafficking. It's tough, man. So, and a lot of these guys, what they do is they'll get the girls' passports and say, hey, you have to make this money, or blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. I'm going to, you know, I'll send you back home. Your family's not going to get any money. You know, they hold it over their heads about family and stuff like that. But then there's some girls that are just with, you know, they're with fly niggas, you know. I
Yeah.
like this guy, and this is who I'm going to roll with, and I'm going to do what he wants because he's the coolest person ever. Super alpha. We travel. We get to do things. You know,
Yeah.
my life's good. My credit's good. I can win, you know.
yeah.
And you have idiots that are out there that'll, you know, have girls selling drugs and doing all types of crazy stuff. But, you know,
Getting caught up.
exactly,
Going to jail.
exactly. Before you know it, you got 3 felonies, you know. But this other guy over here, he's got girls that are winning real estate agents and
Yeah.
doing this and that, So, it's all part of the game, man. That's what it is.
So
the
it's
game.
like it's basically like a new age, like we will say like a pimp, I guess. Like back in the day, the pimps, they wore the long suits, they're just out in the corners, and they're selling girls on the street. But like the new age one is you bring girls to like a fine establishment, you give them sense of security, and they like work.
Exactly. And that's what it's about, and you can build a lifestyle doing that. It's very lucrative, you know what I mean? But, the old school pimp days are still there, but it's not the way now. It's definitely not the way. And a lot of these guys now, they don't want to portray themselves that way. You walk around jeans, sneakers, and hanging out, you would never think, hey, that guy's a pimp. He's got girls. He's doing this. He's doing that. You know, it doesn't, it goes hand in hand, but it's not the same. It's 2024, man. Things change, life goes on. A lot of guys, I always say, you never know. A lot of guys don't know what it's like for a girl to truly be in love with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of these girls, for instance, they'll be like, oh, I would never do that. That's stupid. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. But like, for instance, I don't know if you remember the murderer that escaped jail with the Captain Police Guard, the woman got him out of there.
Yeah.
Is she stupid? No, she's a captain for the, CO correctional facility, and but she just fell in love with that guy, and she's gonna do what he says, no matter how outlandish it is.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys don't understand or comprehend, like, this girl will do anything for me, and they don't know what that's like. A lot of guys don't get it. Like a lot of rich guys, they're looking for a girl that really loves them. So you see guys, and they're like, oh, why is he with her? Because she really loves him. He can be with the finest girl on the planet, but we know why she's with him. It's not the same thing. It's two totally different things. So it's just, man, it's levels in life is how it is, And a lot of people, they just don't realize it. So whether it's in love, the pimp game, or the game, whatever you want to call it, So
Well, being like an alpha, and I always use like the expression like the lion and doesn't have just one lioness. I mean, he's got like 4 or 5. So like, when you said back this a little while ago, like about the rich guy, he's with the girl because she loves him. But don't you think deep down like that dude don't just want one girl? I mean, he's got everything, right? Like he's a dude, he's got it. Wouldn't he want more than just love?
I mean, you love one and she gets the credit cards, but you can fuck many. You know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. That's real life. Because I'm a firm believer. It's not everyone. Cheating's like breaking the law, Not everyone does it, but a majority of people do it, even if you subconsciously do it, you know what I mean? And everyone cheats, That's where I'm at, 90%. It's like jerking off. If somebody tells you, hey, I don't masturbate, a girl tells you, I don't play with myself, you're fucking lying. We know you do. We all jerk off. We all play with ourselves. Well, I fucking lie about it. At least be honest,
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man. Everyone cheats. It just matters that you get caught or not. Same thing as breaking the law, That's how it works.
I mean, it'd be nice just to find the girl that just doesn't care, loves you, does anything for you, but she doesn't like worry that much about you if you're out cheating. Then
that's true, yeah. Because I mean, there are some girls out there that are just like, you're the one that I love. If you're a piece of shit, you're my piece of shit, and do what you do and keep it pushing.
Yeah, that's like I feel like that's like a strong fucking relationship right there.
True, and they last the longest. People always say, "Oh, how does this relationship last so long?" Because you have a true understanding for each other. If you really don't comprehend and understand the person you're with's thought process, or what makes them tick and things like that, it'll never
gonna.
It'll never work.
Yeah,
that's why the divorce rate is 80%. It's either over money or infidelity, right? That's basically
80%, huh?
80%. I mean, I don't know if it's probably worse now. Nowadays everybody's meeting on the internet. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
No one meets organic anymore, man. We were lucky enough to, live in that from writing to computer era, the internet coming out, things like that. We can live through that.
Yeah, bro. Like you rode your bike to your boy's house.
Exactly.
Or hitched a ride so you guys can meet up.
That's true, man. The good old days, man. I miss those days, hanging out on the corner, everybody just sitting in the front yard, hanging out,
Yeah.
I never drank or smoked or anything like that, but that's what people did, sit around. You're 12, 13, 15 years old. Everybody's smoking cigarettes, hanging out,
Shit,
spring break days.
I didn't smoke till I was like 21. I was like scared to do that shit, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I never smoked cigarettes. But
no, I'm talking about weed.
Sure. Yeah, 16.
16
I smoked weed. Yeah, man. And I gave it up a couple of years ago. And I'll do it now every now and again with you because I see you ever so often, or like people that I see ever so often. But
you feel better that you stopped smoking, you think?
My lungs, My lungs feel the best they've ever felt. Because, I mean, you know, being an athlete, I always played sports, so it was never really an issue as far as like breathing and stuff like that. But as you get into your 30s and you taper off from playing sports and running around and getting that cardio in, you start to feel it,
That's
you get the
true.
smoker's cough, stuff like that. But yeah, man, once I gave it up, you know, it took me about probably 8 weeks before I didn't want it anymore, or I can control it. Like I can get high and then be like, oh, I don't need it now, you know.
So it was like an addiction, huh?
Oh yeah, it definitely is an addiction. And now people give me weed. Like I told you, Salada made me a weed tray I haven't used yet. And I probably, man, I got almost 2 ounces at the house just sitting there. Been there for fucking months, right? It's
Tiny's
just
like,
there.
damn, give me some of that.
And I bring that shit out for people who do smoke weed. I'll be like, hey, have this, you
Yeah.
know. So even on the boat when I brought you that gas, like that's probably was sitting there for a month. So, you know,
Damn.
and people were like, oh, this is on fire. Take this shit. So it is what it is, man.
My dog's got me smoking some month-old weed, bro.
It was gas though.
It was,
Shit,
yeah.
That bitch is marinating.
It tasted good, right?
right. Well, it's Florida, you know, humid, so it's not going to dry out. It's
True.
not like Vegas. It'll hang in there for a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, so, but yeah, man, quit the weed, quit the coffee. I was drinking, man, 3 or 4 espressos a day, and somebody said that it was diuretic and it's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? And it starts to like eat at your metabolism and stuff like that. And it couldn't be more true. Like
Wow.
I just quit, and I had headaches for almost a week. You know, not to get off topic, but just like quitting things you're addicted to. And yeah, I had a bad headache for a week, and then finally it started to like taper off. And then, man, like the black under my eyes started going away. Like my skin started feeling so much better. I can even like notice in photos like the way it was like sucking the hydration out of my skin.
Yeah.
It started to come back. Like my skin feels so much better now.
Wow.
And, yeah, man. Natural energy, back on natural energy. And I mean, what was that, 2.5 months ago? I've had a sip of coffee.
Wow.
No
That's
espresso.
big. I think that's like super strong dedication to somebody, to oneself, when you can like quit stuff you're addicted to.
Especially just,
Like
you know,
that.
stop it like that. I mean, same thing with weed, man. Just stopped it. And before I knew it, I'm 7 weeks in, haven't hit it. You know what I mean? And I think the first time I smoked after I quit was with you.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'll smoke with you. I probably in the last almost 2 years, I've smoked maybe 10, 11 times. So
Yeah. That's a big difference from 10, 11 times a day.
exactly.
It's got to feel good. You live in Miami now. Like, so how's the life down there from Tampa, since you lived in both?
Faster.
Yeah, fast life.
Yeah, no one cares about you. You know what I mean? Like, people are driving full blown DUI. The cops just speed right by them. They don't care. I mean, I've been in Miami for what, 12 years now, and I've never been pulled over. Like zero police contact. You know,
Wow.
you can go to hole in the walls, and there's a bunch of fucking fine ass bitches in there hanging out. You know what I mean? And it's not like that here. Like you have one place you can go in Tampa, one place in St. Pete.
Yeah.
You have a state. You have this. You have that. Miami, you go into a dump that you would never think we're in the fucking ghetto. You turn a corner, before you know it, you're in this place. It's cracking fine ass fucking females everywhere. The ratio is crazy.
Yeah.
The food is better, you know, so many more places to eat, you know, tons of steakhouses, tons of places, you know, Colombian food, Cuban food, whatever
Yeah.
you want. It's just so much faster. It's a lot more expensive, but the lifestyle is definitely where it's at. But I will retire here. But Miami, I'm down there, and it's nice because obviously we know a lot of people.
Yeah.
So being here in Pinellas County, you always have to say what's up to people. Everyone knows who you are. Everyone can tell your business if you're out doing something, you
Yeah.
know. And in Miami, you know, no one cares. I don't know anyone in Miami, so I can just freely walk the fuck around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I want to go fucking have 3 bitches on my arm, you know, I don't have to worry about somebody telling on me. You know, I can just live my life and keep it rolling, right?
Right.
So,
When you say like no one cares about you though, like that, like there's just so many like well-off people in Miami. It's not like Tampa where like if you're rolling around, people are like taking pictures and like.
oh, yeah. Oh, that's his car.
Yeah.
That's this car. Well, I mean, when you got 7 Lambos parked outside, no one gives a fuck who you are. You know what I mean? Lambo trucks everywhere, Teslas everywhere, Maseratis, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, the lifestyle is just different. Everyone has money down there, you know.
Yeah.
Cost of living's through the roof. So you have to be doing, you know, at least 6 figures a year to be able to even just sustain down there and just eat and live, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So,
I heard there's like a lot of OnlyFans girls on there. I guess that's where you get all the content, right?
oh yeah, man. There's a lot of fun, man. And they always say, where would you rather be, Vegas? Because you know Vegas is my second home, or Florida. The women and the quality of women in Florida are hands down better than any state that I've been to. Cali, Georgia, Pennsylvania, doesn't matter.
Country. You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, not country. Not
I was
country.
gonna say.
South America is something else.
Yeah.
South America is definitely something else. But yeah, man, Florida for sure, man. The women here in Florida are top notch.
And it's I mean, is it because majority of them are from South America coming to Miami?
Well, I mean, you got white girls down here built like fucking horses. So,
Holy.
I mean, it's not even just the South American girls. It's it's everyone.
Yeah, stallions, huh?
Yeah, super stallions. They eat their Wheaties for sure. So it's crazy, man.
What is like? I mean, I've been to Miami maybe like 10 times, but like I remember we went to the strip club. Oh, what's the strip club with the fried lobster?
Oh, Tootsie's.
Tootsie, yeah. I mean,
That's a classic.
It is. It is.
is that the best one?
No, 11's going to be your best one now. 11, Booby Trap on the River. Those are the spots now. 'Cause
Booby Trap on the River?
Yeah, man.
That's
and it's
new?
funny. Going there. No, it's been there for a while. We used to go there a lot in like 2016 to like 2018. And it was just, I hated that place. It was pretty much a hole in the wall. But once Drake and all those rappers started rapping about it, skyrocketed. You go in there now, you can't fucking move.
Oh,
There's hundreds of girls in there, and they got some baddies in there now. It definitely, they changed their whole landscape of what they're doing in there. But yeah, once the rappers put them on the map and Drake came in there and had his little after party in there, gave out a bunch of Chanel bags and stuff like that, they blew up, and it's over, man. Yeah.
I was gonna say Drake's always at Tootsie or 11.
Mm-hmm.
isn't that he's talking about Booby Trap though?
Yeah,
Oh, he's
Booby
there as
Trap,
well.
Yeah.
Booby Trap's at spot now.
Isn't that like pretty awesome though? Like somebody like that, like this guy's just going there probably to get paid from something, right? And he's going to get, and he's giving them business just from showing up. Like that's pretty fucking powerful.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can probably go from $100K a month to a couple million a month just off of that. You know what I mean? It's crazy the pull that you have and things like that. But going back to Tootsie's though, at one point, like when I first started going to Tootsie's was what, 07? And that was before like the South American takeover. Like there was fucking fine females in there, and like you could fuck for $200. It was a brothel, but it was top notch. Like all those rooms upstairs sold out. What they would actually do is people would buy those rooms, and then they would get a percentage throughout the year of the VIP rooms.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So a lot of rich guys, man, you couldn't move in there until 6 a.m. And once it closed, you cleared out because that was the premier spot during those times. And I had a lot of good times in Tootsie's. Yeah,
I remember
man,
they have really
man.
good food though.
They do. And that lobster tail's been there for forever. The lobster tail, the chicken tenders, the lemon pepper wings, man, I've been eating that for years. So yeah, it was nice to get you there because it was different, man.
I was
It
excited
different,
about that
yeah.
one. So the strip clubs in Vegas compared to Miami, I mean, how do they differ?
It's not even close.
No?
Yeah. Miami's the only place you're getting full nude, full liquor. You're not getting it anywhere else.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
So they have full nude and that's not in Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas it's topless. It's just like Tampa. It's topless, full liquor, or if it's full nude, no liquor.
Really?
So, yeah.
I didn't know
Miami is the only place you're getting that.
Wow.
It really is, man. It's paradise. You get spoiled, 24-hour liquor stores. Wow. You can have whatever you want, There's no cutoff.
Bro, I mean, you don't smoke anymore, but I think like a year ago or 2 years ago, I seen like them having like a weed festival down there in the park or something. Was that true?
Oh yeah, it is true. Excuse me. One time Deja, bless her soul, she hit me up and she's like, "Hey, I'm going to this little pop-up or whatever. Come through." And I didn't want to go. I'm just like, whatever. This is probably 2017. They're way more popular now.
Yeah.
Pop-up now. And I was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna go. So she hits me up like an hour later and she's like, "Yo, come to this thing. This is crazy." So I get some clothes on, I probably bring, I don't know, $2,000 in cash with me. I'm like, if it's like that, then I'm probably going to fuck
you're trying to
somebody
buy
off.
something to buy,
I'm
yeah.
going to trick a lot of money off. So I get there, man, it's probably 70 vendors. They got this garage pumping out music. You go in there, there's chairs, people sitting around smoking. It's like a club. You're walking around outside, there's fucking 70, 80 vendors. It's going crazy. So we're smoking, we're chilling. They got security, armed security, and like there's cars. You could smell the gas. It's protruding through the air, like just on a normal street. And there's two cops just sitting there parked. No one gives a shit about you. You know what I mean? And so I'm $500 in that I spend, and it closes down at the end. As soon as it closes down, half off. They're trying to get those last sales on that last day. Man, I fucked all of that money off, but I ended up leaving out of there with shit. Damn near a pound.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of shit I had on me, man. And it was, man, I ended up with like butters and all types of shit. Yeah, half off. If you get this, I'll buy an ounce. I'll give you an ounce free. This and that. And then it was like, yeah, take my money. Shit, here,
Yeah.
take it. Let's go. But yeah, those pop ups, man, they're a lot more common now.
Yeah, that's crazy. And we still don't have that in Tampa. I mean, it's medical in Florida, like, so people know. And in Miami, before it was medical, they were just doing this because in 2017 it wasn't medical. Remember, it just went like what, 4 years ago.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling you. The guy with the weed truck in
Yeah,
Glenwood.
I remember that. Yeah,
he's paying the cops a percentage to leave him the fuck alone, and it's been like that for years. Now I'm pretty sure there are certain things he can get like some sort of license, and they leave him alone. But at one point, he's paying them 25-30%, so he can just basically fucking freely sell weed on the street in Miami. And
guys, in Miami, Florida, I promise you, this guy right here brought me to a Sprinter. Okay, it was a smoke shop on wheels. The thing is, they open the door. It's got like swishers, raw papers. It has all the smoking accessories. But then Justin's over here like, let me get the gas. Dude pulls out fucking bags of like, they had like, I think astronauts on them or something like that.
Yeah, he had like a couple different ones.
Right,
Yeah,
you
I
had like
think we got
different
the
flavors and
astronaut one.
shit, and sure as shit, like straight fire. And this was what, 4 years ago,
Yeah,
just on the streets of Miami. It's pretty crazy. It's like a lawless city.
that's why you need to move down there, man.
I really do.
That's more your speed for sure.
I really do.
Get you out of here, no doubt.
I'm trying not to party as much anymore. I feel like if I went down there, I'd be really partying.
Yeah, I agree. Chad Daddy will be back at that point. Yeah,
Yeah, he
Chad
can't
Daddy's
be back. He can't be back. Man.
It's crazy the times that we had, man. The drinking, the rolling up, and people fucking with us, and we just cursing them the fuck out, and we're turned up, man. Even in Vegas, remember we went to that place in Vegas, and we smoked upstairs, and we had the little VIP upstairs, and the guy came upstairs, no fucking smoking in here. We still fired that shit up. Fuck them, right?
Was that a church, bro? Like an old school church or something?
It could have been.
What was it called though? The cathedral, wasn't it?
No, it was called. What was the name of that place?
The cathedral's in Tampa.
Oh yeah, that's a cigar lounge.
place. Yeah.
No, okay, it's not called the cathedral. I was telling Justin it looked like one. Like we were upstairs and I had a whole bunch of like, I had windows all around the top and they had like curtains. You know what I mean? And it looked like the cathedral, but it was
close it off. I forgot the name.
It was
of
a
that
hood
place.
club though. 100% was hood club
The
in
music
Vegas.
was fire. Yeah, we were lit, and it was nice. I got to take you guys there because when you're in Vegas, you're on the strip. Everything's on the strip. It's so commercial, but once you get off the strip, that's where the life is. It's definitely where the life is, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like you go to Vegas and you're like, oh, I'm on the strip, but when you get into the casinos off the strip, that's when you can touch your cards playing blackjack. That's when you get double deck, single deck. You know, and you can do the things you want to do. It's that old school Vegas feel. Whereas opposed now, it's not the same thing. But yeah, man, that was a good time, man. When we that day, but not to get off subject, but yeah, Chad back in the day, man. We get some turn up, man.
Yeah.
Knocking those bottles of tequila off.
It's been a while though.
Yeah, it has.
I think like you were saying, like I'm worried about health more, Like I want to be healthy, so I don't want to like feel like that. When you wake up in the morning after a night of them partying days, you didn't want to do nothing.
Especially once you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
When we're in our 20s, it's different. Like we can
yeah.
fuck it off and then wake up the next day and get going.
5-6 days straight, you could go.
we
Now
could.
you'd be done for.
There's no chance now. It's funny, man. It is what it is. But I mean, same thing, man. Watching my blood pressure. That's why I quit smoking. Especially being African American. My father had a stroke when he was 40, and then my mom's dad had a stroke when he was older.
Really, high blood pressure runs in the family.
Well, on both sides. So eating organic meats, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much you gotta take care of yourself. That's why I quit that stuff. And like we said, we were talking about last night. I don't drink at home. I got 1942, Clase Azul, Don Julio, whatever, sitting there, and I got a whole bar cart full of liquor, and it sits there, I have bottles that have been sitting there for 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, ain't a bad thing.
Yeah, it's the best, man. We're getting older, man. I'll be 40 next year. I'm trying. This is the best I'm gonna look. It only goes downhill from here. We start growing.
When does it
these
start
grades
going
and stuff.
downhill? Like what age? Because you're looking good at 40.
I mean, honestly, man, I don't know. Like they say when you hit 30, it starts going downhill. I didn't start really feeling like the 30 effects until I was like 35.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm on that scale of when I'm 40, I won't feel 40, I'll feel 35. And, I'm pretty much like on that 5-year timer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, quitting the coffee, man, dehydrating my skin. I put lotion on every time I get out of the shower, organic meats, watch my salt, things like that. You just have to start taking care of yourself, and you can't fall for the peer pressure. You know?
For sure.
Even though I try to peer pressure you into drinking all the time when I see you, you know, and you don't fall for that shit.
Yeah.
That's
Look at
the
it. I
alpha,
mean,
man.
At least
Yeah.
you only do tequila, though.
Yeah, tequila straight, nothing else, man. Don't drink beer, never drank beer, never smoked a cigarette, you know, never done those things. And, you know, never done cocaine, never done any of those things.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was fortunate enough to be able to say no because my father, he never drank, never smoked, didn't do anything. So that's what he was on. So, and I didn't start drinking until I was, almost 23 years old. So during the Cobra days, I've never had a sip of alcohol.
Yeah.
We go out, but never drank. We smoke on the way back.
Yeah.
It's all about the weed. You can drive high. You can't drive drunk. That's the
know.
difference. Yeah, man. A lot of people don't realize that. They're giving out DUIs for weed. Like, I've never one time been high on weed and be like, oh, shit, I can't drive.
Never
But
once.
when you're fucking drinking and driving, that fucking, it's just wobbly. It's definitely wobbly. It's two totally different things, man. I always tell people, like, liquor is way worse than weed. And people always say, you know, oh, well, weed's a drug. It's against the law. We could smoke on airplanes and hospitals at one point. You know what I mean? Just because it's the law doesn't mean shit. It was illegal for blacks and whites to drink from the same water fountain. So anytime somebody tries to allude, oh, it's the law, get the fuck out of here, okay?
Yeah.
They've been telling us for 100 years that weed is a drug. Now all of a sudden it's a medicine because these scientists are figuring it the fuck out, okay?
Yeah.
You know, we can't beat them. We got to join them. Let's legalize it now. People getting released from jail, doing fucking life sentences because they got
It's
caught with a
insane,
pound of
bro.
weed, right?
That's insane.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. You know, the times are changing, man.
Speaking of, what do you think? I mean, as an African American, well, like Kamala Harris.
Oh, man, politics. So, I'm independent when it comes to politics. I don't, you know, I like both ends. I'm not like, you know, a lot of my friends are like, oh, red, oh, blue. Kamala Harris, she's not it. You know, and sadly to say, this last time, because of, you know, I made a huge mistake, just like a lot of people did. This last go around, I voted for Biden, and because we were so sick of hearing Trump on the podium, you know.
Oh, hold
this
on.
and
You
that.
voted Biden.
This last term,
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
when
When
he-
he got in, yeah, I voted Biden, because we were so fucking sick of hearing Trump on the podium arguing with people. Like, you don't want a tyrant up there on the fucking podium
Yeah.
talking shit all the time, getting in arguments with reporters and shit like that. But when it really boiled down to it, and I look back at it, like, when it pen to paper, he's one of the better presidents we've ever had as far as running this fucking country. And before he won the presidency in 2016, I said the economy's going to be great because he's a businessman. As far as running the country, I don't know, but the economy's going to be good. So I just made the mistake of voting for Biden. But yeah, this come around, it's going to be Trump 2024 for sure.
Yeah.
I'm voting for Trump, no doubt.
I mean, it's crazy to me, like an alpha like yourself, like somebody thinks for themselves, strong-hearted person, that you would vote for Biden, because the only reason why I'm saying this, I know in the beginning no one really knew, but my mind before in 2016 was the guy's already been in the government for 20, 30, his whole life. You know what I mean? And nothing's really changed. And I feel like the news, I won't just say news, but the media portrayed it or tried to portray Trump as like a crazy tyrant to get all of us to be like, yeah, we don't want this guy. You know what I mean?
And a lot of
anymore.
us fell for it.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. And it's crazy that people fell for it like that because, I mean, now you look at what they did, you look at Biden, you look at Kamala Harris. I mean, they're literally trying to put a black woman in presidency just because she's a black woman. You feel like, you know what I mean? Like they're going to try to get all them votes. Oh, we never had a woman. We never had a black woman. Let's make history just for that. And
Right.
theoretically, this lady's been like running the show the whole time. You already know Joe Schmo wasn't doing much. So Kamala Harris was basically in charge.
Yeah, he doesn't remember what he ate for breakfast.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you
So
can
what's
forget it.
what's happening right now? Like nothing good. There's not one thing good happening for any of us.
Well, the thing is, I'm going to tell you where Joe Biden lost me. I was fine with him getting in presidency his first year. It's once he started giving out the crack pipes, saying, oh, you know, this is an addiction, and started handing out packets for drug users.
Needles
saying,
and
you know,
shit. Yeah.
what the fuck are we doing? Where are we going with this? You know what I mean? Like, no, that's it. And then, like I said, I made the mistake a lot of people made, you know, and they even say it now. Like, being African American, they hated Trump. Now, there is so many of my black and African American friends that are saying Trump 2024 that weren't about that life in 2016.
I know.
It's crazy how it works. Like, we're about to literally have a convicted felon in office running our country. And I honestly think that one of the realest things I ever saw is if a felon can run our country, Start taking that shit off of applications for jobs. Like, I understand some jobs, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't be a felon. You don't want a felon to be a cop, you know, have a gun in his hand and
Yeah.
he's a violent felon. That's one thing. But like, if you're out here working and you're trying to get a normal job at Home Depot and you're a felon and they won't hire you, get the fuck out of here. Let them do it. Because if a felon can run our country,
Yeah.
a felon can be just as productive as anyone else. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like I said, I made the mistake, man. I'm really not a political person. Once COVID hit, I turned the news off. I cut my cable off. I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. You know, I'm a movie guy, movies and shows, stuff like that. And, you know, YouTube, shit like that. I want to learn every day. But politics, man, it's not it. But I'm super independent, think for myself. I don't want, you know, like I said, it's going to be Trump 2024 for sure. Because he ran the country the best over those last 4 years. And we already know, like you said, Kamala's running the show now. What's really happening? Nothing. Russia would have never invaded Ukraine if Trump was in office. A lot of the shit that's going on where these leaders are like, you know, getting together, Kim Jong-un, you know, Trump wouldn't met him. Biden would never go out there and go meet him. You know what I mean? That's the difference. And, you know, a lot of the stuff Trump did, we saw it as crazy, but now it's starting to make a lot more sense.
It is kind of weird. I mean, and the biggest argument that I would want to make to anybody, and I want them to give me an answer, would be Trump, rich as shit, over $1 billion, never made a dollar off the governor or being our governor of anything to make that money. Where, like, Joe Biden, the only reason why he's rich is because from the government. You know what I mean? All of his money came from the government, where all Trump's money came from real estate. So it shows you, like, Trump doesn't need the money. You know what I mean? To become president, he just needs what's best for the country so he can keep making money.
I agree.
So that means
100%.
it's got to be good for all of us. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to be in the White House just to get paid like everybody else wants to be in the
Well,
White
that's
House.
true. And, you know, I'm a firm believer in the government is corrupt. You know, these people are $100,000 salaries, but you're worth $400 million.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on? You know what I mean?
Inside trading.
And Biden's not giving up his presidential check. Trump gave his up. You know, like you said, he doesn't need the money. He's been rich his whole life. He was born into money. You know, some people that just get that lucky silver spoon, you know, and he does want what's best for the country. But at the same time, he can sympathize with the middle and lower class, but he can't. You know what I mean? Like, there's people out there that are really fucked up and need the government's help and really can't, you know, do for themselves. And Trump is not, you know, he's not easy on those people, where Biden is more easy on those people. You know what I mean? So it's just, what do you prefer? A lot of the people that are, you know, not doing well for themselves, you know what I mean? They're going to vote for Biden, you know, because they want that help. They want to keep the borders open, people coming here, where Trump is like, no, fuck that. We're not doing that. Get off your fucking ass and work. And we're closing these borders because these fucking people are, you know, taking over our country. And it's true, you know what I mean? And you just don't. My biggest fear is, like, it's not even like people coming here to make a better lives for themselves. It's terrorism. That's what bothers me. People are getting in here that are sitting here planning out a way to attack us and hurt us. That's what bothers me the most. And like I told you, I don't care about politics. As long as we're not at a full-blown war, which we're kind of on the brink of, or we're not in a fucking depression, I don't give a shit what's going on in politics. I couldn't give a fuck less. But
Yeah, I'm with you. You got to close the borders. We can't have that crazy shit.
Yeah.
We can't have
Make it
another
harder
9/11
to get in here, for sure.
We can't have another 9/11 happen or anything.
And it's possible with, you know, as open as our borders are. And they planned this shit out for years. You know, it's not something, oh, we get here and we're just going to hang out. No, they're planning this.
They're going to
down
school.
a
They're
T.
learning how to fly Boeings.
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't easy.
Exactly. It's not easy. And YouTube University now, YouTube will teach you fucking anything you want to know. Because even, you know, Elon Musk, he said, it wasn't school. I got on the internet and I learned it. You know, the internet's the best and the worst thing for us, man. It's all the information that you want, and you can, you know, learn anything you want to learn, or you can end up being a piece of shit and go in the opposite direction and just being a bad person and not being productive in the world. So.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, the world that we live in. We get the internet. It makes you, like, learn a lot, like you said, but then it also gives you, like, joy sometimes watching them crazy videos of, like, people, like, doing funny shit. You know what I mean? Just, like, it's different. Like, before you didn't have that. You went to your friends and you looked for, like a sense of, like a good feeling, where now you can literally sit home, laugh your ass off, you know,
For hours.
For hours.
For fucking hours.
It's
bro.
like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Like the internet, like you said, man, you can learn how to put something together, or you can get on there and you can see fucking people getting chased by bulls or hot chips or, you know, whatever, man.
Yeah, speaking of the hot chips, yeah, that's what we should pull up, Tiny. me and Justin, we go back on Instagram, like back and forth, sending these videos to each other. You know, like the hop chip challenges. Yeah, them things, boy. Whew. Pull up a video.
And people are making millions off of this now because people are buying this shit up. It's a $30 potato chip, and people are buying it and taking it. And now, you know, it's a multi-million-dollar company. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, pull up one of them hot chip. I think on YouTube probably gonna be the best bet. We usually find them on YouTube, but there's like this dude in the hood. You could tell he's in the hood. I mean, he's straight hood, and then everybody that does the chips are like straight hood. But he'll be asking them like all kinds of questions, and like these dudes, some of them will be like tweaking out on like crack, and they can do it like champs. So they want that $40, but you can just tell it's like killing them inside.
Yeah, you can pay people to do
Yeah,
that.
this dude. Yeah, turn the sound on. Oh, it's an hour long. Holy shit!
You ready to eat that one? Hell no. I thought you just said you ready to eat 3. You was just doing that for the camera? Oh, God. Damn, that back there. Woo. I want you to try. I want you to try.
Bro, this dude, he's got this shit going on.
You feel
Yeah, there we
this
go.
hotter than everything else you ate? Baby. No, that empty. Keep that box.
It doesn't hit him at first, though. That's the funny part. It takes a second.
Oh.
It's coming. It's kicking in? It's coming. Hey, you ever ate something this hot before? No, not yet. So this the hottest that you ever ate? So far. So far? Okay.
Bro,
It's the hands that does it for me. He's there like, oh, no.
Hey, rating 1 through 10 now.
bro
Hey,
did,
rating 1 through 10 now.
8 right now.
did anybody ever die from this shit?
Out of 6, now it's at 8.
I don't know. But I mean, their asshole has to be on fire. Like that
Oh.
shit the next day, I couldn't even
Come
imagine.
on.
Bro,
Finna kick in there. You finna...
Man, it's really. How you see her?
Well, ain't nothing?
I don't know what to think about her.
see, this
I
dude
want
saying
my
it.
fucking boy, nigga.
Hold on. You ain't done digested everything, you feel me? How you feeling right now?
Digesting.
You a hot boy, right? Is like, is being honest or not? Rated 1 through 10.
I can feel it a little bit.
That nigga said a little bit. I ain't
He
never
can't
heard
even
nobody
talk.
say
Get
that.
out
Nope.
of here. Your mouth is on fire, G.
Give it 1 minute, Tiny watch.
A little bit. Rated 1 through 10. How hot though?
It's hot because my eyes want, but it ain't hot that I can't take it.
Okay. You ever ate something this hot before?
Yeah.
Hotter than this?
It's called Jamaican Rust Fire.
I don't know.
Damn, he had a Jamaican accent.
Okay. Hold on. Hey, we just gotta wait till it kick in a little bit more. You feel? Huh?
For what?
It's still a kick in?
It kicked in, but it's not like that. Nigga, all these motherfucking tattoos I got, nigga, I'm immune to pain, nigga.
He ain't got no tattoo.
I got another chip for you right now.
Fuck no.
Why not? Why not? I got it for another 40. That was 0.
So he did it though. He was a champ.
I can spit though.
Yeah, you can spit.
I did.
Oh, that's a little
That's
kid,
just
man.
like blue.
Bro, you see all their mouths turn blue. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You do it?
I would if you do it.
So I'd have to do it?
I think we'd both have to do it. But we
Man,
would
we
need a
should've
whole
grabbed
chip,
some.
though. We'll do a half a chip each.
No. You
Yeah,
have
I
to do the
think
whole
we can
thing.
do a half a chip each.
Hey,
Listen, they sell them at gas stations.
they do?
Yeah, they do.
Listen, we're going to have the best podcast next. Justin's going to bring in a girl, and she's going to do it.
Well, we need to get 2 people to do it. Because one might not take it like the other one. You know,
So 2
if
girls?
you have one girl come in and she takes it like a fucking champ, then it's not going to be as fun. But if you got 2 in here and one of them's
okay.
over here on the fucking brink of death,
Yeah.
where we're laughing until we're fucking falling out of our chairs.
Oh my
you
God.
know?
Hey, we got a setup. Tiny, you're going to do the setup for 2 more chairs, okay? Next week
We got it.
or whenever Justin comes
Next
back.
month.
Maybe next.
We'll
Oh,
do
next
this
month.
once a month.
Yeah, once a month.
That's
Okay.
why I didn't want to get too in depth right now. You know, on this first show, this is kind of like an introduction because it's
Yeah.
going to get pretty crazy.
How you feeling though? Like being on it, like
I mean, it's fine, you know. Like I told you, when I tell you all the time, we should do the comedy thing. You know, we should go do 8 minutes at a random improv. You know, this is something that I've always been around. You know, I did the modeling thing when I was younger, being in front of a camera, talking, and obviously with the streaming now, you got 150 people watching you play a video game. You
Yeah.
know, and you got to keep up, and you're on camera. It's in your face all the time, so
Right.
it's just something you get used to, and it's just. You know, it's just you and I sitting
It's
here
easy,
kicking the
right?
shit. Yeah. But to a lot of people, it's not like that, though. They get here and they're like, oh, my God, cameras, lights. What's going on? I can't think. No,
yeah,
this is easy work.
it's
Yeah,
natural work.
It's super easy work.
No, so yeah, back to the chip thing though. Yeah, we should do that. We should definitely have two. It could be a guy and a girl or two girls, whatever. Just two extra guests. Do the chip
It's
challenge.
got to be two bitches. We can't
Yeah?
have grown men in here taking hot chips. It's got to be girls in here for sure. And they got to be attractive. It can't, you know.
Oh, this is gonna make it even funnier.
Yeah, for sure. Two
Wow.
fine females just sitting here fucking sweating in tears and spitting and fucking losing their minds.
Oh my god.
Right.
Hey, Tiny Out. Did anybody ever do that? Did Fresh and Fit ever do that? Do you think?
I'm not sure, but I feel
Okay.
like that'd be the first. Maybe
Yeah,
like
I was thinking
just
that.
two random girls.
Yeah, because dude, Justin, we watch them videos a lot. I've never seen like two hot chicks do that.
Me either.
So what is it gonna? But the question is, what is it gonna take for them to do that?
Couple $100 probably.
Okay.
Yeah, be my guess. Because I mean, I don't know if you're. So I have a taser, the one that shoots out.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, the one that shoots out.
Yeah, and I got a good one from like 2007. They're weaker now because they were stopping people's hearts and stuff, but it'll fucking drop a horse. It
Yeah,
really will.
yeah.
And I used to pay people $200 to do that, and if I tried to get them again $200, they wouldn't do it to save their fucking lives. They're like, "Fuck no, I wouldn't do that for $1,000, man."
Yeah.
I wish I still had those videos because we're talking like 2007, 2008. I have the motherboard, but I just haven't, got into it to try and get those videos. But if I get those videos, that's going to be a good time. 'Cause,
Oh,
man,
man.
it is the funniest thing ever. Like, it's kind of like the hot chip challenge, watching someone holler and scream. It like
Does
the
it
way they
last
hit the
long?
ground. 5 seconds.
Oh, 5
It's a 5-second ride.
Yeah.
And the thing it tells you, because if you hit it every time, it's 5 seconds.
Oh.
And it says, don't use this in a torturous manner. You know what I mean? And I actually forgot I had it. My mom had it for years. And she's like, hey, do you want this thing? And I'm like, hell yeah, I want it. I fucking forgot I had it completely, you know? And yeah, if you try to get that one now that I have, it's you can't find it. And the ones that they are selling the aftermarket or on the black market is $3,500, $4,000 they want. I
Oh,
think I
yeah.
paid like $700 for it.
So it's like the one like the police use, basically.
Better. The police don't even have the good ones now. Somebody tried to break into my car once and it was in there, and I grabbed it out. And the police were like, "Oh wow, you got the good one." They were like, "The ones we have now, they just stand you up." A lot of people just pull them out of them. Now you see people get tased.
Oh,
They pull
yeah.
the prongs out. With that one that I have, no chance. It locks you up and you hit the ground. But that's the one that was making people have heart attacks and stopping their hearts.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I got a guy once, man. The only person I ever got, we were leaving a hotel in Clearwater one time, and this guy was like, we were in a line of cars trying to leave, and it was like a red light, and this guy comes up with his shirt off, and he's like fucking walking up to people, like going like this at them and shit like that. And so he walked by my car, and he said, "Oh, you fucking bitches, I'll fucking beat your ass right now." I'm like, "Bro, you're not going to do anything." So he fucking kicks my fucking car, the Cobra. We're in the Cobra, and who did I have with me? It was someone with me. I don't remember who was with me. So he kicks my car and then comes around, man. I got that taser out. I popped his bitch ass with it. And he fucking fell to the ground. He pissed on himself, bro. I've never seen someone go from being so tough
Yeah.
to such a fucking little pussy
Yeah.
so fast. He pissed himself. The cop showed up, took him to jail. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Took him to jail. They sure did, because he kicked my car and, like aggressed towards me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everybody was in line, was like, yeah, this guy was harassing us and walking up to everybody's car. But
Bro,
that-
in Florida,
that's the only
you could
person
shoot
I ever got.
In Florida, you could shoot somebody.
Oh, it's stand your ground. Yeah. And you don't even have to be in fear for your life. You just have to be in fear that someone is going to cause you great bodily harm. So if they got a bat, any type of weapon, or you fear that this person is bigger than you or something, yeah, you can shoot them and you won't do a day.
Damn.
It's a lot of states like that. Nevada's like that too. You know what I mean?
It's
So,
crazy that there's road rage still, like people getting out of their car and shit.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't really feel like that happens so much in Florida now, especially now that it's constitutional carry.
Yeah.
You don't even
Oh,
need a
that's
license
true.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's the gunshine state. They're thinking, okay, this guy more than likely has a fucking gun, And
Yeah.
and I did a research on it. There's, I think, 23 million people that live in Florida, and only 2 million of them have their concealed weapons permit.
Wow.
And a lot of people are still carrying, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But they don't have that actual permit, where I have my permit, and that's just for other states, because some states, like in Nevada, you get caught concealed carry without a permit, that's a felony, and there's a lot of states like that. But I mean, Texas, constitutional carry now, Arizona. So, we love to have our guns. So,
Yeah.
and I love people. I never want to use it, you know what I mean? But I've been carrying for so long now. It's just like a part of me. Like,
need it,
I have
yeah.
to have it every day, or I feel like I don't have my wallet
Yeah.
or something like that. But it is stand your ground for sure. And if you come into someone's house, you can forget it,
I remember.
556 waiting on for you, 762-223, whatever you want. You know what I mean?
fucking-
So,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. Don't come into my house.
There shouldn't be many like armed robberies or break-ins anymore. You wouldn't think.
A lot of people went crazy because Florida signed that into law, but you notice it's been over a year now. That was last July, and nothing crazy is happening.
know.
You know what I mean? And it's the other states that we were talking about it, like California, New York. these guys are shooting each other up all the time because they know that a majority of people don't have guns. Only the bad guys have guns.
Yeah.
Good guys can't have guns. So, hey, let me go rob this guy because I'm not worried about if he has a gun or not.
Most likely don't.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy. But here, that guy might be strapped with a SIG on him, so I don't think I want to bother him. Let's leave that guy alone.
Yeah.
So it's all the mentality. It's like the Wild Wild West. Everybody's walking around with firearms on their side. You're not going to mess with that guy. You're going to leave him the fuck alone unless you have some sort of duel or something. But
Yeah.
otherwise, people leave people the fuck alone, And like I said, I love people, man, but I love my guns. My biggest fear and the reason I carry is I'll fight you. I don't, if you want to fight, we can fight. Like I said, super alpha, I'll beat your fucking ass. But I'm scared that some weirdo, I'm sitting in IHOP or I'm in Walmart, decides, hey, I'm going to go shoot this Walmart up, right? And I don't want to have to beg for my life, because people always say, oh, well, I'm scared of guns. I would never have a gun. Call the police, The police won't be there, and you're sitting there begging for your life. And if this person has no mercy and they shoot you, that's it. I don't ever want to beg for my life. That's the biggest thing
That's
for me.
huge, yeah. I remember being in when that hurricane, I think Irma came, we evacuated, went to Tennessee, I think it was, or maybe Mississippi, but one of them.
I went to Vegas. I got the fuck out of there.
That was a scary time. But anyways, I remember we went to a Target and there was some fucking dude just walking in there and he's got his gun just in a holster on his side. You can see it.
Yeah, open carry. You can open carry in Vegas without a permit.
You
But
can?
You can't open carry here in Florida. I
Yeah.
think they stopped that law in 93. You can't open carry here. But in Vegas, permitless open carry.
Oh, so just so the cops know you have a gun or people know you have a gun.
Exactly.
It's fine.
But here, it's a big no-no. You can't open carry here unless you have a security license or you're a cop or
Yeah,
something
I'm not
like
really.
that.
I don't have that knowledge on guns, but let me ask you: open carry, you wouldn't be able to just walk around with a handgun in your hand. Then
No,
it
no.
have to.
It has to be holstered.
Okay, so you can have it on your side holstered
On your
okay.
side, your leg, whatever you have your holster on, just as long as it's not concealed.
Yeah.
But if you conceal in Nevada and you don't have a permit, you're going to jail for a felony.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty crazy how that is, right?
And it's funny you say Target when Irma hit. When I came back, in my high rise, my electric was on, but the other building's electric wasn't on. And I was in Vegas for 9 days. This is a week after Irma. McDonald's, Domino's, the whole street had no electricity. The first 5 floors, because when you get into my condo, there's this gated door there, and it's super dead bolted. You can't go up anymore. The first 5 floors, those people got robbed like crazy. I was fortunate enough where the hurricane didn't, the doors were built well, nothing happened. Obviously, I put all the electronics in the bathroom before I left and everything important in the bathroom and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people got robbed, and I went to the Walmart. They cleared the Walmart out. So you're
Really?
telling me there's these assholes sitting there with fucking Penske trucks waiting for the hurricane to hit because they know the police aren't coming, and they went and cleared the Walmart out. Every display TV, all the groceries, anything you can think of was cleared out.
Wow.
Empty. Never seen it in my life. So
I mean, I guess that's a little side hustle
yeah,
for people,
man,
right?
exactly. The hurricane's coming. We know the police aren't going to show up because it's that window for that 6 or 7 hour window where they tell you don't call the cops. It's pretty much martial law. You're on your own. So
Yeah, because
if
the cops
something
can't get
happens-
through the water. and
Exactly,
stuff,
and we can't come help you. So you're pretty much on your own. They got to look after their families too and protect their families because you just never know what's going to happen. But Irma fucked Miami up, and it didn't even direct hit. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Well, this little speaking of storms, this little tropical storm that went off the side of Florida. I mean, Miami didn't get really hit, right?
No. It rained a little bit.
Yeah, but
It wasn't
our Tampa side, I mean, dude, it wasn't even a hurricane, and it destroyed a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Flooded streets, Sarasota was underwater. Even where we live, right here, St. Pete, full of water.
A buddy of mine lives in Sarasota, and he does cybersecurity for Sarasota County for the schools.
Yeah.
And he was off work for 3 days because of that. He said, we're underwater. He's like, it's bad here. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It really is. When I came back from Irma, there was a marina, and Irma had boats imploded in the marina. Signs were ran through. It was terrible. And this is a week after, trees uprooted, falling on people's the shit you see from these storms, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I could never imagine. And when Irma formed, and this is my conspiracy on things, every time that there is a solar eclipse, it fucks the weather up. And I'm a firm believer in this because obviously it changes the tide, it changes everything. That solar eclipse in August of 17, Irma hits, biggest hurricane ever, one of the strongest hurricanes ever on record. This last solar eclipse, now we got the hottest summer ever, where this is literally our hottest summer ever. There's so many broken records on heat in
Yep.
so many different states and cities. because of that. And I think that goes to the Eclipse doing that. Yeah,
that makes 100% sense.
and a lot of people they don't vibe with me on that, but it's definitely something that I think happens because
Yeah.
it's a coincidence, a solar eclipse, and then all of a sudden this, and then a solar eclipse, and then this. Like, it fucks with the weather for sure.
Yeah, it's almost like I say this all the time, but it's almost like we live in like some sort of like simulation. You know what I mean? Where like everything happens in patterns, everything happens for a reason. It's kind of weird how that
We're in the
works.
Matrix.
Seriously,
We are in the Matrix.
I think me and Jesse were talking about that the other day. Like, it seems like we just live in like some sort of like game or something. Like everything like gets worse. But speaking of the heat, when I was just in Vegas like last week, bro, I've never been in a car. And on the radio and in the Chevy Tahoes, in the top left corner of the screen, it says like or top right corner, it says the temperature. Bro, I've never seen 120 before.
Oh yeah, you can forget it.
In Vegas?
In one day, it broke the record 4 times. I think the record was 116. It went to 117, then it went to 118, then it went to 119, then it went to 120.
Yeah.
Like, usually when the record is broken, it's only by 1 degree. 4 degrees where it did it throughout the day, that's crazy. The 120. And in Vegas, speaking of, I used to play a lot of flag football. And in Vegas, playing on the turf, if you're on turf in Vegas and it's summertime,
Probably so hot.
your feet feel like they're touching lava, like through your cleats. You would have to wear like 2 pairs of socks. And sometimes that wouldn't even help. You got to pour water on your shoes, like on your cleats. It was bad. That Vegas heat, it's nothing like it. And they're like, oh, well, Florida's hot, you sweat. Well, the difference is Vegas will dry you out. That's why people look older in Vegas, where here we have the humidity. It's wet on our skin. It's better for our skin. We age slower.
Makes sense.
That's how it works. But there's nothing like Vegas heat. It's not even close.
My mom asked me how it was. I said it's kind of like having a blow dryer in front of your face
exactly
with it
what
on
it is.
because it's windy for some reason and it's hot. So it's just like having a hot blow dryer just blowing right here in front of your face. That's how it felt in Vegas. And it was funny. Because people love dogs, obviously, in Vegas. Every person walking their dog had shoes on the dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
Because its dog's feet can't touch
It's
the ground.
fire. It is literally fire.
And it's all concrete and red dirt. Like there's no
And you
grass.
don't sweat.
I know.
Well, the sweat for me was salt, like literal salt. Like you could take it off and put it on food on my face, like white salt, and it would burn my eyes in the shower and everything. Yeah, it's nothing like that Vegas heat. It's crazy.
It's weird how that works.
The summertime's the best time to go though, because you get the day parties and the night parties. And I love the pools more than I like the clubs because there's beautiful people there, but they don't have any clothes on. That's the difference.
The pools are insane.
Yeah, the pools are a good time for sure. I mean, we've been there. We were at when you hit for what 20K at Encore Beach Club or something like that day. Yeah, that was a good day.
Yeah, we were firing it up.
Yeah, we had
Tell
some
me
good
about that. Tell me
conversations
about
today.
What? Encore Beach Club?
20K.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a gambler, bro. That's the problem. Like, I don't like to talk about it, but I gamble a lot. I think it was on a slot. I think I hit 10 on a slot, maybe. Or 10 on a slot, 5 on table, and 5 somewhere. I can't remember how it was, but yeah, it was probably like 20 grand. That's not the most I hit, though. I've won 45,000 before in a day at Atlantis, Bahamas.
Well, I mean, shit. When we were at the Hard Rock in fucking Miami, you were up what 18, 19K or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky when it comes to that. But this last time in Vegas, I don't know. I don't want to like give bad names, but the Venetian Palazzo lost like 40.
Did you?
Yeah, I couldn't hit for nothing.
How
bro.
long did it take you? Was that over the course?
Oh,
of
like
a couple
5 days, 6 days. Like I was up a couple days. Like I hit 7,500 on one slot and like $4 grand on another slot. But dude, it was so weird. Like I was like, is this even legal? I was hitting some bonuses, like $25, $30 a pull, and literally only winning like $200, $300.
Really?
Really weird. And that happened a lot. Like me and the people I was with, I was like, is that like supposed to happen like that? Don't they have to give like a certain amount? You know what I mean?
Oh
like,
yeah, the gaming commission makes it so they have to pay out a certain amount, but they'll do it throughout the day. It doesn't necessarily mean, so say there's less people on a Tuesday going to a casino. You'll hit on that Tuesday, but let Saturday roll around and you got 1,000 motherfuckers in there and they're taking everyone's money. You know what I mean? Of course there's going to be that one person that hits.
Makes sense,
but
yeah.
everyone's getting killed on the more popular days. That's how they do it. And they pay the people who are there during the weekday pretty much. That's why you see people hit $1 million it's 8 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday morning. You know what I mean? It's random, like
Yeah.
super. You never see on like a Saturday or a Friday night.
Right.
Somebody comes up $1 million unless they hit like on the poker or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny you say that. I at the Rio, this is what kind of made me taper off of playing blackjack. I played a lot of blackjack back in the day, and I lost 15 grand in 90 minutes at the Rio. They fucking killed me, and I kept going upstairs, bringing back down fucking another 3,000, another 3,000.
Yeah.
And I got back to, I think I got back up to like 11, but ended up giving it all back because I was chasing at that point. Once you start chasing, it's over.
I know. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like I love slots for some reason. Like I'm really lucky because obviously I do like high limit slots and I'll do, you know, like I said, 30, 50, $100 spins, whatever. And I feel like when you do that amount, that's like when you're going to actually hit something. But like I was saying, like at the Plaza, bro, I don't know. It never happened like that. I'd never just got $200 or $300 on bonuses from betting like 30, 40 bucks. It should be like at least 1,000.
Yeah, I hit for 6,000 at the Hard Rock. I want to say that was 2013. I hit for 6,000, $100 machine. Walked up with, I think I had like $1,000 in my pocket.
Yeah.
Put 100 in, hit it, nothing. Put 100 in, hit it, nothing. Put 100 in, spend $6,000. So
Yeah.
I was like,
I
that
think that's why I could never live in Vegas though, to be honest, because I'd probably be in there all the time.
where here you got to drive fucking 40 minutes to get to the casino. It's a
Yeah,
little different. you know?
Exactly. But do you know that there's them dudes out there on YouTube that are like getting some money. They got viewers and stuff. They just play slots though, but they like talk about it. They do like crazy bets, like $1,000 spins. You know what I mean? And they got a big following on Instagram. I was thinking like maybe I could possibly do, if I moved out there, I could possibly do something like that.
You
Because
could, yeah,
you know they're
especially
getting
with your
paid.
lugs.
Yeah, and they're getting paid from YouTube, so they're using that money. It's not like they're just gambling all their money away. You know, so
Exactly. Yeah. So
you kind of need like a purpose to be in Vegas.
you do. You really do. Yeah, yeah. And the TikTok, man, I want to branch out into the TikTok too. It's definitely, that's what I'm hearing where it's at.
Yeah, I was telling you that. Like, you can go on TikTok right now with your little Madden shit, and fucking people watch it.
Yeah, funny thing is, my mom hit me up. She's like, I watched Chad's TikTok. He's on TikTok. And I'm like, yeah, I know, Mom. He tries to get me on there all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't done that in a while though, but that was getting good. 500-600 viewers at one time. I think for streaming games, it's a little bit better because they have a game mode when you're on live, and I'm pretty sure you can like hook whatever game you're playing. It can give you like the stats and stuff on the live. So that's pretty cool.
The only thing that bothers me with TikTok is they will ban you fast.
Yeah.
Because like through Xbox, like I play obviously Xbox, and the hardest time streaming, one of the biggest things for me was to get the audio from the other person. So I finally figured it out. But if they get on there and they say, faggot or, the N word or whatever else, that can get you banned. Even though you're not saying it, TikTok will ban you for that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's like the biggest thing for me that worries me with the TikTok. With TikTok,
So you want, when you're streaming, you want your opponent to be on there so they can talk too.
Yeah, you want
I
your
get
opponent
it.
to hear it, but they make it really hard for that because I guess there's like some sort of legality where if they don't want their voice on there or something like that, they make it so it's hard. So you got to get these fucking wires and get the audio set up where the people through Twitch, like you can hear the person, but if you're streaming through something, they can't hear it. So it's
I
a
see.
big loophole, and there's
Yeah.
really not internet. There's really not YouTube to try and teach you how to do that. So you got to finagle it to do it. But once I figured it out, but yeah, I mean, they're on there calling you N-words. I was playing a guy the other day, and he was like, oh, suck my dick, faggot. And I'm just like, oh, gosh. And then he's like, oh, I bet you're a Kamala Harris supporter. I'm kicking his fucking ass. So he's sick. He's trying to say anything he can. Oh, you liberal bitch, blah, blah, blah. They fucking rage. It's so funny. That's my favorite part, man. Once they start calling you the N-word and they start raging, I love the rage. I love the rage. That's the best part about video games.
It
man.
makes you even like want to beat them harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
true. And as a guy, there's no greater feeling than outwilling another guy.
Yeah.
Like we line up face to face no matter what we're doing. If I outwill you, if I kill you on Call of Duty, I beat your ass on Madden, I beat you in a fight. There is no greater feeling than outwilling another man who's trying his hardest and you beat him. You know what I mean? And so when the rage comes out, that's all they have is to start, starting that shit. I bet you live in your mom's basement, you fat fuck. And, they have no clue what you look like. You know what I mean?
So they're
And
not watching you on stream.
No. They're not watching me on stream, but sometimes, somebody will say something and I'll read a comment off and they'll be like, oh, so what, you're streaming right now? What's your stream? I bet you don't have any fucking body in there, you little bitch.
Yeah.
I'll come in your fucking stream right now. And it's like, bro, yeah, you're right. I don't have anyone in here,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's 200 in my chat hanging out,
That's fucking
But,
funny.
So here's a question that I have, not to go back from the other topic we were talking about. Since you do stream, do you gamble through stake, like the online gambling? Like
Oh,
other
the thing
people
that
have been
Drake
doing?
is on?
Yeah.
No, I don't do that. I
No.
really that Rio tirade I was telling him about, I kind of tapered off from the gambling. I'll sports bet for sure. Once the Hard Rock app came here, yeah, I rock with the sports betting, but that's your best odds, really. Sports betting and baccarat is going to be your best odds to win.
You think
so.
sports? Oh, because it's kind of 50-50, right? You, I heard you talking about yesterday about the what's it, fantasy football. You bet on that stuff?
It's not so much you bet on it; you throw into a pot. Like for instance, Old Boys League is a $400 pot, so everybody throws in $400, and then the winner, gets a big chunk of that. Second place will get some money, and maybe third place. It just depends on it. Some leagues I'm in $350 leagues, but I only do fantasy for money now. Back in the day when it first came out, you would do it for free. You're a kid, you're broke, you just do it with your friends for fun, but it's all about money now.
Well, because it's a lot of work, right?
Well, not really. You just set your lineup, watch the waiver wire, make sure you're quicker than other people, because like the waiver wire is the key. Because there's going to be breakout players that you don't know are going to break out. Like last year was Puka Nacua for the Rams. Like you would never thought he's a 5th round pick. He's going to come out and set all the fucking rookie records, break Jamar Chase, Odell Beckham's record. So if you're top on the waiver wire and you see him have a good game, you want to get that player immediately. That's the hard part. Like he said, no trades, all waiver wire. Some leagues are hardcore like that. Once you get 14 people into a league, it's slim pickings out there. So you have to be on that waiver wire, try to be at the top of the waiver wire, be smart about who you're getting and signing those players or getting them on your team. So, yeah, because there's always going to be breakout players that no one has a fucking clue about. And then they blow up, Nobody thought Tom Brady, a 6th-round pick, would end up being the GOAT, So,
Right.
yeah, and
That's
then
weird
a lot
how
of
that
these
works.
first-round guys end up washing out and forget how to play football. Like, how do you come from this pedigree, this top-tier school, and then all of a sudden you just wake up one day and forget how to play football?
That happens a
Something
lot.
you've done your whole life. Oh, yeah. Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell, a lot of these guys, man, they get out there and they're like top-tier first-round picks, first pick, first round, and they fucking stink,
And you think it has something to do with actually like their mindset, like they just can't stop, they can't play anymore, or is it because the college league and the professional league is like too big?
Oh, the game gets faster for sure. Because
Right.
you got to think in the pros, everyone's good. Even if you're a third stringer, you're fucking good.
Right.
A lot of these guys in college, they're not going to go pro. You're playing a guy that's going to go be an IT guy. You're playing this guy that's going to go do this. But those guys in the pros, they play fucking football. This is
all they
what we
do.
do. Exactly. So you can have the worst third stringer on the worst team, and he's still great at what he does. So, yeah, the game speeds up, But if you have a quick mind, sharp mind, going back to Madden, reading the defense, if you have that sharp mind, you know what I mean, and you can do it within a couple seconds.
Yeah.
It's just like old lineman. If you can block a 300-pound guy for 3 seconds, you get a $200 million contract for that. All you got to do is be 6'5", 300 pounds, and then keep a guy from getting hit for 3 seconds. And we're going to pay you $40 million a year to do this, So
That's who's one of the highest paid linemen?
right now, I want to say it's probably Trent Brown for the Niners. I think he's got the highest contract.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, their linemen are the highest paid aside from receivers and quarterbacks. Yeah.
Really? I wouldn't know
You
that.
need linemen because you got to think how many guys that are 6'5", 300 pounds, walking around fundamentally sound with hand-eye coordination and quick feet. Usually guys who are taller and bigger, their hand-eye
They don't move,
coordination, they don't move the same. So when you're big like that, like Wembanyama, he's 7'6", and he plays like he's 6'1". He's an anomaly. We won't see that type of talent for another 200 years. So linemen, they're hard to come by for sure. So they pay them big money,
Right.
Quarterback, receiver, offensive lineman. Oh, and corners too. Corners get good money. But when you're a safety, a running back, or a tight end, or a fullback, or something, they don't pay you shit. They'll pay D linemen too. The front, football's on the fronts.
Yeah.
Whoever wins the line of scrimmage wins the game a majority of the time. The line of scrimmage and the turnover battle. If you win that, you win the game. It's rare. It's like 2% chance that if you lose those, you win the game.
Yeah,
You know what
for
I mean?
sure.
So,
From playing Madden so much, do you pretty much know most of the players and like a lot of things that are happening within the NFL?
well, the thing is I love football. If there was like a doctorate in football, yeah, for sure. I would do that naturally. It's not even from Madden. It's just because of my love for the sport, period. So, yeah, not so much college, more pro. Once they turn pro, like, yeah, obviously, the top-notch college prospects, but once they turn pro, that's when I lock in on them. So I know a majority of players on most teams, pretty much, their good years, their bad years, and stuff like that. So probably for the last 25 years or so, I've been locked in on football like that. So
What do you think? What team's going to take it this year to the Super Bowl and win it
the Chiefs.
again?
Chiefs are going to win it again.
Damn,
That's
bro.
crazy.
because they
Again,
retain their entire roster, and then you get the James Worthy, who is literally the fastest player ever. He ran He just broke the combine record. He ran a 4.2 or 4.19 or something like that. So or 4.21. He broke the record, whatever it was. He broke John Ross's record. Wow. So you give him that, he's faster than Tyreek Hill, or comparable. We don't know Tyreek's 40 time. He never ran it, but when you give somebody that fast, and then you have Mecole Hardman, you know what I'm saying? You got Hollywood Brown now. You put all those guys together with Travis Kelce, Chris Jones on the defensive line. They're three-peating for sure.
Damn.
That's what I'm.
So who are they going to play though?
I think they'll play the Texans or the Jets in the AFC Championship.
Wow.
Honestly, and then I honestly think it's going to be Philly again. I think it's going to be Chiefs Philly from when we were in Vegas. I think it'll be that same Super Bowl.
Wow.
Or the Lions. It could be the Lions or the Niners, but Philly, they went and got Devin White from Tampa.
and Barkley.
Yeah, they got Barkley. They got a lot of good players. They redrafted their whole secondary. They still have Darius Slay. They got 2 first rounder and like an early second rounder that they put. They're going to put a corner. I forget his name. They're going to put him at safety, and then they got a top notch corner to go with Slay. Like they got C.J. Gardner Johnson back too. He went to Detroit for a year, but now he's back. So Philly style. Philly's
So
definitely style.
Justin, being from Tampa, are you a Bucks fan?
No, I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a huge
man.
Cowboys fan.
I want the
crazy.
Bucks to do well, and I'm a Rays fan. I'm a Lightning fan. I'm a Magic fan. I'm all Tampa. It's just I'm not a Bucks fan because when I was a kid,
I'm a
I was
Cowboys fan,
I was
though.
born into it, man. I'm a real Cowboys fan, though. Like Cowboys fans get on my nerves.
See,
I'm one of those.
I'm a huge Giants fan. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not mad at it, but I don't hate the Giants though. I hate the Eagles. I don't hate the Giants. I don't hate the Redskins, but I hate the Eagles. But I got to give them their props, man. I think they're going to come out of the NFC this year for sure.
Wow. I might bet on them then. Since you
But
said that.
I think Chiefs are winning it. Chiefs are winning it all again. And if they don't, it's got to be some sort of collapse. Or if Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, obviously, something like that. Because I think the Jets would have went far last year if Rodgers didn't go down, I think they
Jets
would've
had
went
a
pretty
good-
far.
yeah.
And, I mean, they rebuilt their whole line now. And they got Tyron Smith from Dallas. And they drafted well. They took best available. So we'll see, man, I think
That's exciting.
the Jets are going to be a problem. The Texans are going to be a problem. They got Diggs. They went and they got Anderson, who's top notch. Then they went and they got Daniel Hunter from the Vikings. So their pass rush is crazy. Their whole team is going to be crazy.
So yesterday was like a huge day for you. First day of football.
Yeah.
It was exciting, wasn't it?
Sure, yeah. I mean, at this point, I'll watch high school football. Once you're 6 months in, like you said, you got your Sundays, you got the paintball and stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it's football. Once it comes back around, I don't care who I'm watching play. It could be Timmy on the street. I'll watch it. I don't care. Yeah.
It felt good yesterday, though, even just getting to watch it again. I ain't going to lie. Slow scoring games, though, right?
Yeah.
Does that usually happen in the preseason?
Well, I mean, you got the backups, but I mean, some backups come in and light it up.
They wanna show off,
yeah,
right?
But they're playing other backups, and that's the hardest part. Politics, football, life, everything's politics.
Yeah.
So when you're playing with the starters, obviously you're playing with better players. You're going to do better. But if you're a third stringer trying to make the team, and you're playing with other third stringers who are trying to make the team, and you come out and you shine, you're going to make the team because you're playing with bums. And if you can play with bums like this, how can you play with the starters? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But that's why a lot of guys don't make it either. They don't get the reps, and they pretty much just wash out, and that's it.
That sucks, right? So what if you're on a third string? Like if you get drafted, you're on the third string, whatever. And if you don't really get to play, you're gone.
No, you can still make the 53-man roster and be a third stringer. You just get paid pretty much to practice. But league minimum's over $1 million now, so you
A year?
get paid $1 million just to sit on the bench and hang out and practice, and But you got to be ready though, because I've seen it. 2 quarterbacks go down, and you're on your third string quarterback in one game, and then here you are starting the rest of the season, and you thought you weren't going to play it down. So that's how it is, man. That's football for you. You might be a third stringer this whole time, and before you know it, you're thrown out in the trenches. But
So you get like one time to shine.
and you got to be prepared. A lot of those guys, man, they'll pretend to prepare, but they think to themselves, I'm not playing tomorrow. They'll go out and get drunk the night before. They'll do whatever the fuck they want to do. And then before you know it, here you are out here hungover. You didn't think you were going to play, and you're getting fucking smacked around by a 250-pound linebacker. It's over,
Yeah, that
So-
sucks. So always be ready. And
Yeah, you have to always be prepared and be ready, man. A lot of people, they don't. But you're good at what you do. Like I said, if you're a third stringer, you're a great player because, there was only 53 men on a roster. You got 32 teams,
Yeah.
where there's hundreds of college teams out here with 100 players on the roster. They don't, they're not going to make it to the pros. So.
Yeah.
Only 250 players get drafted every year. So
Makes sense. Yeah. Well, Justin, it is about that time. We appreciate your football knowledge.
yes, sir.
We appreciate the input on politics.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate the ladies' knowledge. That's the most important that you bring to this show.
Yes.
We appreciate that.
Well, I mean, like I said, next month we'll try to do this monthly, and next month we'll get in a little bit more detail about it.
Yeah, I like
this
to
is more
do-
of an introduction. Break the barriers down.
Hell yeah. I'm
Bring the
excited
walls
for the
down a little
chip
bit.
challenge.
Yeah, me too.
That's going to be huge.
We should do it though, man. I'm telling you, we
Yeah.
should do it too.
Hell yeah.
We should do it too, and see, how it happens. Because you could say you did it. I did the hot chip.
No, I'm not.
Your
bringing that.
asshole might be on fire the next day, but
Yeah,
shit,
I ain't doing that.
that.
But we appreciate you guys checking in. Like, share, follow. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Have a good day.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's go.